Shri Sairam, offering my humble salutations at the lotus feet of our beloved Baba. Sairam, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome back to yet another episode in the Ashtottaram series. I'd like to start today's episode with a question. Whom do you go to when you want to share an exciting good news? Whose name comes to your mind when, in general, you have a good day and want to share that happiness with? Some of you might have answered your mother, your father, or your siblings, but for some, and probably most of the listeners, the first name that might have popped up is our best friend's name. You genuinely believe that they'll understand you and be equally happy and excited as you are. You also go to your best friend first when you're frustrated and want some cheering up. In this modern, fast-paced world where everyone's having temporary friends, we forget that our Pranasakha, our Swami, is standing steadfast behind our every ups and downs and silently cheering on for us. So, in today's episode, let's look at this beautiful form of Swami who showers abundance of bliss with everyone. Om Shri Sai Anandadaya Namaha. Salutations to Shri Sai who grants eternal bliss. At the beginning of the episode, we saw that we generally approach our friends for sharing joy or for asking help. Sudama did the same and approached Krishna to ask for help. Our Sai Krishna, who is the embodiment of Ananda, always confers bliss on his devotees. Swami says, I am pure love. I give you only one thing, and that is bliss. Through bliss, I give you love. Many a times we confuse ourselves while using the words happiness and bliss, but then happiness is actually very elusive. In the summers of 1980s, Bhagwan Baba was in his Vrindavan residence and many had gone there to have his darshan. During the interviews, Swami expressed his surprise and asked a student why was he there since it was his vacation times. The student gave an interesting reply and said that he was there for Swami's darshan as it gave him bliss. Swami further asked whether it was happiness or was it bliss. The student replied with an interesting anecdote saying that Swami, when I eat a gulab jamun today, my hunger is satiated and I am happy that I could eat my favorite sweet. But 10 years later, when I feel hungry, the memory of me eating a gulab jamun today will make me sad and perhaps irritate me as it is not going to satisfy me then. Whereas when I have your darshan today, I experience immense bliss, and 10 years later, if for some reason I can't have your darshan physically, the same memory of me having your darshan will still continue to give me the same joy and happiness. Hence, it is bliss. Bliss never reduces and it is permanent, unlike happiness. The mere thought of Swami's darshan makes the devotees happy, and on getting his darshan, the waves of joy that sweep across them makes them realize the unique spiritual power of the Supreme Master, who alone can grant such bliss. Seeing the happiness on the faces of his devotees, Swami says, the bliss that emanates from the radiant faces of this huge crowd is my food. I live on that. When you are happy and content, I feel fresh. When your eyes twinkle with joy, my thirst is quenched. Your bliss is my nourishment. I only want my bliss to reach you and wish to share your joy. This mutual interaction is necessary. Here's a small story which narrates how Swami imparts bliss to his devotees. Some years ago, a family had gone for Swami's darshan. A little girl in this group felt that Swami should look at her. So in the darshan line, this girl started shouting aloud, "Swami! Swami!" He was quite far away. After hearing her voice, he looked at her and indicated her to keep quiet by putting his finger on his lips and saying, "Shh." Then he walked away a few steps further, picked up a few chocolates from a plate of a devotee and threw them towards her. They fell straight into her tiny hands. She counted them. They were 6 in number. The number of family members who had come for Swami's darshan were exactly 6 in number too. This little girl was ecstatic and her happiness was beyond description. She shared the chocolates with all the 6 family members and doubled her joy. If such a small incident can give so much joy to the devotee, what will happen when Swami showers his undying grace in a bigger dose? All the negative qualities of the devotee drop away and pure eternal bliss remains. Swami says, "To give bliss is my task, so not once or twice or thrice, but however many times you want, I will come amongst you to shower this bliss."
साई प्रेम दे, शांति दे, आनंद दे, बाबा प्रेम दे। साई प्रेम दे, शांति दे, आनंद दे, बाबा प्रेम दे। तुम हो बाबा दया के सागर, तुम हो गुण मंदिर नटनागर। आदि अनंत है सत्य सनातन, अलख निरंजन साई जनार्दन। सच्चिदानंद प्रभो कृपा करो, प्रेम दे, शांति दे, आनंद दे, बाबा प्रेम दे। साई प्रेम दे, शांति दे, आनंद दे, बाबा प्रेम दे।